Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena and I am one half of Life After Union, a twin flame pair in union. I make these energy update videos and weekly videos with or without my twin flame to help you navigate your spiritual awakening journey, your twin flame journey, and your conscious relationships. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be talking about a full moon update. So this is for the full moon, November 15th. This is what you can expect to be feeling or experiencing potentially in your twin flame relationship. So if you've watched my channel, you resonate with my videos, then likely you are on a twin flame journey, and watching this video can help give you an idea of how to use this full moon energy and what you can expect to experience or what might be coming up for you or your twin flame. So this is a really exciting and potent full moon, and this full moon especially, I don't know if you guys are feeling the energy already, but you might be feeling anxious, or you might be feeling ungrounded, or even maybe fearful. But it's all for positive reasons, okay? So let me expand on this. Speaking of expansion, this full moon is bringing with it a powerful feeling and experience of expansion. So right now, you might not be in that expansion point just yet. You might be actually in the contraction before the expansion. And so I liken this to taking a breath, right? When you breathe in, you expand. You're breathing in, you're expanding. And when you breathe out, you contract. Okay, and so we need both. We need periods of contraction going within in our lives, and we need periods of expansion and going out and bringing in newness, right? So if you are coming up to this time of expansion, what you might be feeling now is a time of contraction. What I like to call this is initiation symptoms. So if you're going through initiation symptoms, this is right before a time of shattering your glass ceiling, or a big leap in your evolution, or a time of expansion. So what can happen during these initiation stages is you might feel a lot of emotions coming up: doubts, insecurities surfacing, fears, anxieties. Or you might actually be experiencing on a physical level some things that are falling apart. It could be a big loss or a big roadblock, or it could just be tons of small little annoyances. And these things come up for a few reasons. One of the reasons is that you're no longer a vibrational match to them, right? So in order to invite something new into our lives, we have to let go of something old. So when things start to fall away, that is a sign that you are letting go of something old, that it's no longer a vibrational match to you. And while on the surface, this can look very scary, it can look very much like a loss of control or look very chaotic, it actually is very positive because it means you're leveling up. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with this is that when you're in this period of contraction before the expansion and you have these little things coming up, it's also a point where the universe is testing you, asking you, how badly do you really want it, right? There can be a million reasons to turn back and say, oh, I'm not going to do it, or I'm not good enough, or I knew this wasn't meant for me, right? There can be a million stories that start to come up when these things are playing out in our physical reality. But right now, because this is such a powerful time of expansion, this is a test, right? And this is how much can you power through these blockages that are coming up, or these subconscious wounds, or these emotions that are playing out for you. It's not a sign that you should be turning back or not going for your dream. It's actually a sign that you are already beginning to stretch and expand, right? When we stretch and expand ourselves, we're taking up new space. The ego gets very afraid because it doesn't understand. This is all unknown to the ego, right? So the ego comes in and tries to protect you. It tries to protect you by saying, oh, maybe you shouldn't do this, or this is scary, or whatever that is, right? And the thing now is, if you are feeling this kind of fear coming up for you, the thing to keep in mind is fear is not a sign that you are moving in the wrong direction. fear is actually a sign that the ego is just trying to protect you, and maybe you're doing something unknown. So people will ask all the time, how do I get rid of this fear? And especially on the twin flame journey, fear is coming up because you are feeling the gravity of this situation. And this actually came up with me and one of my clients a few weeks ago, is she was saying if she were to meet her twin in physical reality, that she would feel like, oh my God, I need to run, right? I can't handle it. I can't handle seeing them. And this was coming up because she was fully feeling the gravity of the connection, the twin flame dynamic, the twin flame relationship. And raise your hand, how many of you have felt that way when it comes to your twin? It's not just everyday butterflies. It's like a deep seated fear. It's like a deep seated, oh my God, what if they see me? What if they know me? What if they feel me, right? And this type of a connection, you would be crazy if you didn't feel fear, okay? And so the thing to know about if you have fears and anxieties coming up right now is it doesn't mean turn back and don't go in that direction. It means do it scared. Move forward even though you are scared, because the only way to silence that fear is to create the confidence that you know you can handle it. And the only way that you can know that you will be able to handle it is by doing the thing. So even if you're scared, do it scared. And this is a great time for twin flames. Even if you're in a no contact phase, or in a separation phase where you're not able to access your twin, to use the other people in your life as a mirror for you. So this is an incredible time to speak your mind, to allow yourself to truly address any conflicts that are coming up for you or your relationships, okay? And this can be with your twin flame or when you're in, so this is what the universe does, you guys. When you're in separation, okay, it's a sign. And when you're in no contact, it's a sign to turn inwards. It's a sign to look at yourself, right? A lot of times we'll start to go into a no contact phase when we are putting too much energy on our twin, right? We're giving them too much of ourselves, too much focus, too much blame, too much whatever it is. And we actually need to turn back inwards. But the lessons don't stop there. So if this is you, keep in mind the lessons are not stopping just because you're not talking to your twin. There will be specific things that come up in your reality with other people who will mirror connections or personality traits or characteristics of your twin. And so this is a time to truly address those things in the relationship, because if you cannot master the relationships you are having right now, you will not be able to master the relationship with your twin flame, right? So when we're in this period of separation or a period of no contact, it's not a time to just say, oh, well, I guess I'm having a break. It's actually a time to dig deeper on your present moment. To, if you're with a third party, if you are married or you have children, it's a time to put that focus on those relationships and understand what is triggering you within the current relationships that you already have in your life, right? Maybe right now you have friendships that are falling away or different relationships in your life that are falling away because you are consciously choosing that you don't want to put up with that kind of behavior anymore, right? So this is really common on the twin flame relationship and the twin flame path, is that you will end up letting different relationships in your life fall away for a time or for good, because when you level up your self-love and self-respect, things that are no longer a vibrational match to that cannot even exist. So take this as your sign that you are leveling up. We've got big things coming in, especially 2025. If you haven't already, you can watch this video. This is all about 2025 being a 9-year, a year of completion. So you are already gearing up for this year of completion ahead by moving through some of these powerful lessons and by expanding yourself in new areas, right? So you might be moving into a new career. You might be moving into a new place with your self-love. You might be moving into a new physical location even, right? All of these things can be at a culmination of full moons. But the most important thing to remember is to trust yourself and trust your heart. And I'm going to share a short story of a dream that I had last night. And this gives you all the information that you need to know when it comes to what you have within you. Okay, so in this dream, I was out with friends and I looked down at my finger, and all of a sudden I realized my wedding ring and my engagement ring are gone. And I'm like, oh my God, where would have lost them? Let me retrace my steps. Let me go back to everywhere that I was. Let me figure this out. And I was so afraid. I was like, oh my God, I've lost these. And then I'm thinking, maybe somebody stole them. I'm never going to see them again. I'm never going to get them back. I felt so embarrassed that I lost them in the first place. Like, how could I be so thoughtless? How could I be so unknowing or naive? And then also realizing, oh my God, I'm going to have to tell my partner that I lost two of the most valuable pieces of anything that I own. And no doubt he's not going to be able to replace them or afford to replace them at this time. And so now I'm going to be without two very, very sentimental items. And so then I'm going on throughout the dream, ruminating on who could have stolen them or where they might be or how could I have lost them. And I go to the bathroom and I'm washing my hands and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, it was on a pendant on my necklace, two rings sitting right there next to my heart. And I had realized the only thing that made me feel that I didn't have this was my own belief. Okay, and that is true when it comes to this full moon. You might be embarking on a whole new journey in your life, okay? And you might not feel you've got the spiritual chops or you've got the confidence. You might not feel like you've got it all together. You might not feel ready enough or healed enough or perfect enough. But here's the thing. You have it all within you already. And it just takes you remembering that. Remembering the fact that it's all already within you. And if you check in with your heart, that will lead you in the right direction, on the right path. I hope this message helped you. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the little notification bell so you're notified every time I come up with a new video. If you are a twin flame on a twin flame journey and looking for more support, check the links down below. You can join our twin flame group coaching waitlist or apply to be in the next round. So if you join the waitlist, you are going to receive emails when we start advertising for the next round of group coaching. If you apply down below, then we will take your application and review it and see if you are a good fit for the program. So you can also always do both if you'd like to. But other than that, if you're looking for more support, you can check the links down below and we will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so very much for being here today. Big love, Serena.